So my question is to Councillor Hannah Young. It's so the recent changes to the bus going through Locking Castle, so the X5, which now changed to the X11, it's causing me concern, and residents have contacted me about the impact that that's having on them. So my question really is about the design of the X11 doesn't feel like it's going to be sustainable. What steps can the council explore about changing or refining those routes, and then how do residents get involved in the design of that?
Thank you for the question, and I know that it's been a cause of concern because I've obviously received queries from your residents as well, and I think there's been a lot of misunderstanding around this service. The X11 was put in place by the council as a fully supported service, which means that we've commissioned it and funded it using the bus grant that we've received from government this year, because no commercial operator will actually run that service at all. It wouldn't make money for them, and therefore it's just, you're absolutely right, it's not sustainable. It's only sustainable through public funds. It's had to be rushed through because otherwise residents would have been left without a service entirely in April. And when the council went out to tender, we used a budget of £500,000 for the service and went out to tender for an hourly service. That would have been my preference, of course it would, so that we could keep the connection of residents through that area to the central interchange and obviously as much western as possible. We received 3 bids for that service, and none of them were able to do it within the budget at an hourly service. So we've opted for the 2-hourly one at this point in time, but I'm very, very much open to looking at how we can improve that as we go forward. And in terms of the connection to the Whirl interchange, again, that's been raised by residents of Yatton as well as those who are within your own area. It is difficult because the reason it was moved away from Whirl was to give residents of Westwick some access to a bus service because they didn't have anything previously. So there's always a trickiness about bus impact, that if you take a service from one area in order to be able to give somebody something, it might reduce the frequency in the area for those people who have something, and it's always very, very difficult to make those decisions. In terms of helping us to make those decisions, please, I always welcome people giving us feedback, and we have the bus forums that are coming up just next week on the 19th. It's online, a session from 6 till 7:30, 19th of May. And on the 21st, there's an in-person session at the campus from 3:30 to 5:30. So if any residents want to come along and have their say, when we are looking at the bus service changes for the next change date of September, we take account of all the feedback that we get through the forums, but also everything that people tell us during the course of the 6 months and the period before that. So we genuinely go through it. We work on that with bus operators where we can, and with the West of England Combined Authority, who also play a role because they are a joint transport authority with us. So very much welcome the views. Certainly would look to see if we can make tweaks or more fuller changes to that route. I'm very, very open to hearing more from residents about what they would use, because ultimately the more residents using the service, the more fares that we get and the more sustainable those services become. Thank you.